I'm actually working on something right now. I hope this works. Now, where I was originally gonna mount it at, it isn't gonna work. I was trying to mount it back here. This one is too big. So maybe if I get a smaller one, maybe a cylindrical one, I can actually mount it back there. Maybe, I don't know. But it's either gonna be there or I didn't want to, but I had it mounted right here. So the bracket was facing the other way, obviously, but it was like that, right? Now the only thing is, it was only on the top hole, so it was kind of flimsy, and I didn't really like that. Yeah, so I need to figure out where I'm gonna mount this at. Oh shit! A part of me is kind of thinking of mounting it like this, if I can. Mounting it behind the oil cooler, maybe. I do have the mount under there. Yes, I actually think I can. If I want to. So I might actually just do that, but I'm gonna end up flipping it this way and maybe rotating it. Oh no, I can't. Actually, no, yes I can. All right, let me do that real quick. All right, and just like that, with a little bit of YouTube magic, I got that mounted up. Not exactly how I wanted it, but that's a little mock-up. And the only reason why I'm just doing a little mock-up is because everything is getting mocked up right now. Now, with that being said, I am going to fuck around and take my black ass inside. Going to take my black ass inside. Now, I really want this facing the other side, right? But in order for me to get that to face the other side, I gotta flip it upside down, right? Now, if I flip it upside down, I can rotate this facing that way, so then that way I can get it to go directly off of the valve cover, because that's actually what I'm about to do. I'm about to vent the valve cover. I just got to figure out where exactly on the cover I'm gonna do it, and I'm also gonna check the valve clearances while I'm in there. But yeah, I want to kind of have it facing that way, and then the other side going on that side, so that way I don't gotta loop two hoses to the opposite side. But if I have to, I'll loop one under here to over there, and the one that's coming from the engine directly. Right now I just got it following the frame up. I'll take that and bring it over here, if anything. Yeah, gonna have a catch can on here. It's gonna be interesting, which honestly I might actually want to flip that. And the reason why is because, if anything, it looks like what may happen is oil's gonna drain back into the bottom one, so, or it's gonna sit in the holes, and I don't want it to do that. So I'm gonna have to really figure this out. I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna mount that, because I definitely do want to run a catch can on here. I have another one that I was gonna run on my car, but that's not the point. I want one specifically for the bike, so let me get that figured out. Okay, so now as far as this catch can goes, it is exactly what I was hoping that it wouldn't be, which is just a can, literally. So I can easily just swap this side on over, because there's no baffle in here. Only thing it is just a can to literally catch oil with a breather on it. Now I would want one that's baffled, so then that way it actually separates. But what I'm gonna end up doing now is I'm gonna put this on the opposite side, since there's no baffling in here, and I'm gonna go from there. I don't know if I'm gonna end up routing it like this, which actually, let me just next frame, y'all. Okay, so oddly enough, let me turn this away from the light. Oddly enough, right? With the breather, it fits better over here where the hoses fit, right? Now, I'm just assuming it's just basically because of where they have the mounting holes on here. It's higher up versus lower down. So, because technically that's the bottom. That's supposed to be the drain port over there, right? That's supposed to be the high side. So, everything would sit, you know, damn near flush with the oil cooler over here. Now, come to this side, and the breather is exposed. I don't mind that the hose, yeah, that the hoses are going to be exposed. Don't really mind that. But basically, the goal is to have a vent coming. I don't know where yet. Like I said, I'm going to pop the cover off and I'm going to figure out where exactly I'm going to put the vent, but it's going to be up top. I did order one. I'm just waiting for it to come in. I can actually remove this damn thing. What the fuck? Okay. Had that shit all tucked back there. Yeah, so basically, I can rotate this and then run a line from there to there, and then run one directly from the breather to the top. Honestly, I would do from the top because I wouldn't want it blowing into itself. Well, I wouldn't want it draining back into itself. That's kind of why I got the ports the way that I do. Now, I'm gonna just want to have to figure out how I'm gonna do articulation on the holes in the back. What I want it to go out through the frame forward, or what I want to have it come along the frame out and along. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. But I did put that on there and kind of get that nicely mounted prior to me getting a catch can. But hey man, listen, when it comes to doing a custom build, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do to make things work. So I'm going to do what I got to do to make shit work. I don't know if this is going to fit behind the trellis or not. I think it will. And if not, I don't know. I got a plug for this. So I may end up having to maybe use that as a breather. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out. But basically, yeah, this is on here for no reason. At least for my setup. I got this with the sight glass for no reason. A dipstick would be better. At least in that location. Because, yeah, that's where all the oil is going to be, down bottom. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll get that figured out. Catch can is gonna run separate from the actual oil circuit, so don't worry about that. But I still got to figure out how much oil I need to run with the oil cooler, especially with this one being so damn big. I didn't realize like this shit was gonna be that damn big, but it is a big oil cooler, especially for this small bike. There are smaller ones, but I don't know honestly if I do want to run a smaller one, only because of the fact that this is kind of a bigger engine than those are supposed to be set up for. Whatever, I'll get that figured out. But yeah, I keep saying it, but I keep touching shit. But I'm gonna go inside for real. Now, I will just say this, though, before I go. I'm just surprised that this has gaskets on it. The gaskets didn't come off when I pulled when I swapped the side covers. But, I mean, it is what it is. Now, honestly, a part of me kind of wants to put the oil down there. A part of me kind of wants to do that. So then that way, yeah, when you look under, you see if there's oil in there or not. I might do that. I don't know. Oh my God, my legs. God damn it. That's gonna require me to take that back off, and then I gotta take that back off. So it's either I take out these 2 bolts right here to take off the oil cooler, and then I gotta go from the front, or I take off the 2 bolts that's actually holding the bracket on, which is just the nuts down bottom. The bolts are going through the top down. Yeah, and if I do that, I can lose the washers, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Not gonna do that right now. I might do this before I go inside, but as far as this video goes, you know, that's it. I'm done. I'm putting some shit up. Now, like I stated, I do still want to give out a couple things a try with this harness before I just give up on this harness. But I do think that my issue might be that it's not sending, excuse me, I'm tired. It's not sending enough amperage through these larger wires. That might be my issue. I'll get that figured out though. If it is, I might still make my own harness just with smaller wires. But I definitely know that I do have another harness that I can just, if anything, repin for Deutsch connectors like I was gonna do anyway. And yeah, go from there. But I will make sure that this one starts. There's one thing that I have to like fix, which is the voltage regulator as far as this harness goes. But I would fix that, and I would just plug everything up as is and make sure that the bike starts. Well, it cranks. That's the main thing. I need to make sure it cranks. So as long as it cranks with this harness, then I'll fuck around and I'll Deutsch that one until I get me a I'm really tired. Until I get me a set of wires that are the same gauge that I could just make my own harness, because I really do want to make my own harness. I don't want to recycle this one. I don't. But anyway, I don't know what I'm doing today. I got shit to do to that bike, unfortunately. And I got a lot of shit to do to this bike, but I'm kind of bouncing around. I'm all over the place because this whole wiring situation. Now, with that being said, this wiring, I have what I believe to be a solution on its way. I'm not gonna say too much until it gets here, but right now, I did actually get the valve cover vent kind of grounded down so I could get this all installed. So yeah, I gotta find my step bit so then that way I can pop the cover off. I'm gonna also check the valves on it while I got the cover off. I gotta make sure that my filler gauge actually goes that low, because it's supposed to be 3/100ths of an inch, if I'm remembering correct how the measurements goes. 3/100ths on the intake, 4/100ths on the fucking exhaust. So it's 0.003 and 0.004. So as long as my filler gauge goes that low, I'll check that while I'm here. Yeah, and I'll get the hole drilled out so I can put the vent in, get this catch can situation all done. I still have to rotate this, figure out how I'm gonna do that, whatever. But yeah, I got some things I'm doing today. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do much recording, but I'm gonna do more updating than recording in this video, because I got a lot of footage that I'm still actually editing and working through as of right now, and I don't want to, you know, make my videos too long. So with that being said, I'm gonna hold off on the harness until my solution comes in, and then I'll jump back onto it. But for now, until that happens, I'm just gonna get everything else around it ready. The fender, now I did bring the fender down. I'm not running the bracket right now, but it is rubbing on the wheel. So what I did have to do is, if you see right here, I did kind of file it down, because this is the fender that actually bumps lower in the rear. If I had which luckily I do have the parts just lying around, I can give this one a shot to see if this one will fit. If it does, Cool. That lets me know that I can buy a carbon fiber front fender without having to modify it. Because I'm actually also looking at a carbon fiber front fender to match the carbon fiber rear fender. But yeah, grinded it down and it's still rubbing on the 14-inch. So like in the front, there's enough room to where it doesn't look ugly. I got the hug look that I'm going for, but in the back, yeah, it's rubbing it. Honestly, it's rubbing it. So oh well, I'm gonna stop recording and I'm gonna just get to doing whatever the fuck I'm gonna do, honestly, because I don't even know where I'm about to start. So I think it might be time to see what I could do with the lines, because I do have this mounted exactly how it's going to be, so I could see exactly where I'm going to mount these lines at and how I'm going to route them. So I'm going to give that a shot right now. Should only take a couple minutes. I'm going to just say roughly 10 minutes. I'm hoping not even that, but I'm not even going to hard mount everything yet. It's going to be a soft mount. And I'm back with another update. So oil cooler is routed. I'm gonna have to get some line clamps to just keep them steady. I got the catch can routed. Now for the keen-eyed viewer, you would notice that my carburetor is facing the other way, right? So due to fitment issues, I completely forgot about the goddamn carburetor. Don't know how the fuck I forgot about that, but I did. And yeah, I had to rotate it. Now I'm actually recording because still fitment issues. Give me 1 second. Grab this damn trellis and show y'all. So basically, in order for me to run it with this catch can on this side, which I'll actually be able to have access to the fucking throttle cables, it's looking like I'm gonna have to cut this off. I mean, granted, it's not actually a mount, but I would like to keep it, you know, how can I say this? I want to keep it all in one piece as much as possible. I'm kind of going for this symmetrical look with a bit of asymmetry, but I'm gonna have to figure out how I can run this catch can with this oil cooler and keep this oil cooler in the pocket, because I tested fitment before I tested on the carb, ironically, and the oil cooler is in the pocket. With the breather on, that's in the pocket. Now, if I can figure out how to run it like this, basically what I'm gonna have to do is run the breather off somewhere else. I don't know where exactly I would put it, but yeah, shorten the line and 1 second. Oh yeah, just run the breather off somewhere else. So it will kind of basically end up right back in the back. It will go from the front. It will go from the back to the front, back to the back. I might do that, but I don't know, because I gotta figure out carb fitment. Now, I can't turn it back anymore on this side because of the timing, right? You already see how low it's sitting. So, only way I will be able to run it on this side is if I run a spacer, which will lift it, right? But I can't do that because it's touching the catch can. Custom fitment issues, guys. Custom fitment issues. When the parts that you buy don't really work well with each other, but you figure out how to get it to work well. So I'm gonna get this figured out. It's starting to get dark. I should start packing up, but I'm gonna keep going as long as I can. I really want to get this carb figured out today if possible, and then I'll go in tomorrow, and I'll go in and come back out tomorrow and see what I could do. I don't know if any parts are gonna come in today or tomorrow, but I'll see what I could do. But I did have it in the pocket. I had it in the pocket, tucked very well, where looking from the side, you couldn't tell none of this was going on. Looking from the front, you seen the catch can. I know, not the catch can. You seen the oil cooler, and then you just see the lines. Well, you're not gonna see that. Get that out of the way. Get those three things out of the way, and yeah, you see the oil cooler lines and the oil cooler basically. But I mean, for the keen-eyed person, you're gonna see the vent coming off of the valve cover. But yeah, I did a lot today. But yeah, I really want to figure this catch can system out. Even if it means I gotta run a smaller one, which I don't know how much smaller I can go. That's a 300 mil. Actually, I know how much smaller I can go. I would have to get a Grom one. But why would I pay Grom money for a smaller catch can? I don't know. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get this figured out. And before it gets dark, I'm back on this side. But here's the only thing, right? It's not one thing, it's another, right? But you know, custom build. So I had to push the catch can back so then that way I can get the throttle cables. Let me get this light on to sit in where they're gonna be. Now that is the breather for the catch can, but with the catch can being pushed on the left side, and with me not being able to, because with this catch can, if I flip it and have the level on top, that ends up putting the shorter side over here, which I can do to get it to fit under this cover, but that'll make me run into the issue of the throttle cable again. Right now, with that being said, I'm gonna just have to figure out how the hell I'm going to do this, because right now, if I go to put my trellis back on, okay, oh shit, I can't. So let me just show y'all what it's looking like under here. Basically, if I want to run a trellis, I gotta run half a side. Well, no, if I want to run the catch can, I gotta run half a side. Like, this whole part has to get cut off, which isn't an issue because I actually have my original red trellis and the plastic for it, which the plastic is cut close. So I'm actually gonna grab that when I come back to the bike tomorrow. But for now, it's looking like I'm gonna give that a shot just to see how that's all gonna look, because basically it's right here. The oil cooler is sitting in the pocket, it's sitting where I want it to. I did order a longer throttle adjuster just so I can figure out where exactly I want to run that to, because I do still want to, well, idle adjuster. Yeah, just so I can figure out where I'm gonna run that, because yeah, it's very tight clearance under here. It's very tight. Now you can see that peeking out. This side is like on, it's buttoned up. So only thing you can actually see is I might have to try to push that forward some. I'm gonna have to figure that out to actually get that in the pocket, because it was in the pocket. Or it might be this it might be the idle screwing away on this side. But either way, Oil cooler lines are routed. Carb. Only thing I do is put the tank back on. My harness, don't worry about that right now. I'm not gonna talk about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that side. Well, I'm gonna have to use the cut side, which is gonna look a bit weird because this side is gonna have it covered and then this side isn't. But then it's gonna kind of, I don't know, I was kind of going for the symmetrical look, but then the asymmetrical look at the same time because of that. But oh, I'll figure it out. I'm getting ready to go in before I start losing shit. But yeah, it's looking like that gotta go. Like, if I want to run the catch can where I have the catch can, there's no choice. There's no choice. Because otherwise, I was looking at running the catch can literally all the way back here off of this bracket. But it was very flimsy. So I didn't want to do that. Did not want to do that. But I'm going to go in. I'll be back out tomorrow. I'm going to bring the trellis with me. I'm going to bring both of them. So that way I can see how it looks with both sides cut. God damn it. Hold up. Before I go in, right, I just peeked. I put the 17 tooth on, right? Look how much clearance I have. How is anybody running an 18 tooth? Like, I barely have any clearance right there. It's just enough. I should pull out my filler gauge and see exactly how much space I have in between here. I was looking at it like if I did want to run an 18 tooth, know what I'm saying? I'm about to change my swing arm anyway, so the guard I'm going to have is going to be different, so that's going to be out the way. And then I seen that, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Wait a minute, because don't oil come out of there? Or do I got to grind it down some, not too much? Do I got to grind it down some so that way I can run an 18 tooth? Because I will, if I have to. I will. Let me know.